Waiting on Godot serves as both a sequel and a parody of Samuel Beckett's seminal work, Waiting for Godot. Written by Mankato MFA student Linton Lewis, the play turns its namesake on its head. Odessa, a waitress at a country diner, faces her own questions about the meaning of life after serving a familiar and curious patron.
God, does it ever stop? Well, aren't you going to say anything?
Like what, dear?
Like, what's that? Whatever do you mean? Does whatever stop?
Oh, were you speaking to me?
Of course.
Because you began with God.
Yes, but that was just exclamatory.
I see, and yet a question like that still seems a bit...
Rhetorical?
Precisely.
Well, it wasn't.
Wasn't what?
Rhetorical. So get on with it.
Get on with what?
Asking me what never stops.
Oh, are we still on that? Okay, well, what never stops?
All this, running to and fro, waiting hand and foot, serving soup to nuts.
That's no way to talk about customers, miss.
Either way, just look at that jackanapes. Comes in, orders an 85-cent coffee, and sits and mumbles to himself for the better part of the morning. No, he can't be bothered to order a meal, but I can be bothered to scurry from kitchen to corner refilling that blasted mug. Never a moment to...
Who?
The man at table 7.
Who?
I just told you.
Who?
Well, he didn't give me a name.
Who?
I don't know.
Third base.
Oh, for God's sake, he's the only one there.
There you go, bringing God into it again. What did he ever do to you?
What did he ever do for me?
Butterflies.
What?
Butterflies and rose petals and color forms.
Yes, yes.
And whiskers on kittens and bright copper kettles.
Right, right.
And orgasms.
Well, he's not all bad, I suppose. Just look at him. So odd.
Oh, him? Why, that's Mr. Godot.
Who?
Mr. Godot. He's a fine man, quite well-to-do, owns a stretch of land around here, I've heard.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What's he do?
I'm not sure, really. He always struck me as a professor type, or maybe a man of the cloth.
With money?
No taxes, if you'll remember, dear.
Ah.
You should speak to him. He's renowned for his womanizing.
Really? He doesn't look...
Oh, but he is. Why, if I were 30 years younger. See, he only likes young girls.
Does he?
Mm-hmm. Or was it boys?
There's a bit of a difference.
Not to some. Though he couldn't be a womanizer if he liked boys. That would make him a boysonizer.
That's ridiculous. The term would be...
Excuse me, but could you ladies keep it down? I hate to be a pill and so constricted and temporary, but you see, I'm caught on a very difficult problem.
That's so?
Yes.
Well, what kind of crossword? I'm good at those, sir.
Afraid not.
How about one of those Bazooka Joes, then? I was stuck once myself. He wanted to know why time flies, sir.
Indeed. However, my dilemma's a bit more philosophical.
Introspective.
Yes.
Holistic.
Right is right.
Hogwash.
That's the one.
And you want us to keep quiet.
If you could.
And keep that bottomless cup of coffee coming?
As per the menu.
And if we refuse...
Really?
Shh.
What kind of diner is this?
The kind that warrants that question.
Touché.
Now, I've been pouring and pouring for hours on end, and it seems to me you're the one that's bottomless.
Madam, you offer me a rather ribald retort.
Oh, order something, I bring it, you eat it, you leave. You're satisfied, I'm satisfied, but all this coffee, what are you, a beatnik?
Hardly.
You scum!
How's that?
You swine!
Beg pardon?
Pinko commie bastard! Order something this very instant or I'll recommend the chicken salad.
It's quite good.
Perhaps the 66, isn't it?
Oh, no, I can't eat anything, not at a time like this.
A time like what, brunch?
Oh, no.
Certainly not dinner, you're right. You've stumbled into some sort of mealless nexus.
Have I?
Of course not. Order something.
That's no issue. What if I don't like it?
A refund, sir.
What if it's too cold?
Back to the oven, then.
Or too hot?
Ice cubes and
Or
patience.
smells or falls on the floor, makes me vomit.
Sweet Jesus, I don't have time for this.
Or is so delicious, so fantastic, so lip-smackingly, mouth-wateringly divine that no food after it being ambrosia or pudding pops could ever compare.
Another cup?
Please.
Hello.
Afternoon.
I'm tart.
That you are. Many thanks. Now, where was I?
Uncertainty.
That's right. Shucks.
So what's it gonna be? What will you have before I throw your ass
Oh,
out?
back to that. I'm sorry, Miss Odessa, but my mind is too occupied at the moment to mull over ham and eggs.
Ham and eggs it is.
Oh, please, no. Terrible indigestion.
What then?
Like I said, I'm a bit preoccupied.
With what?
I doubt you would be interested.
Try me.
All right. I see these two fellows this evening, and I'm not sure if I should.
Friends of yours?
Not really certain. They contacted me for a meeting, and I've sort of put them off for a while now. I haven't the faintest idea what they want. Are they friends, enemies, a matter of business or pleasure, past, present, future, pluperfect? And what if I disappoint or they do? There's just a terrible amount of possibility.
You're right. I'm not interested.
I thought as much.
You've got somewhere to go and something to do, and you'd rather analyze it than do it. So now you're moping in here with us.
Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
Oh, shut up.
That seems unfair.
Not really. She's heard worse.
No, to me, you were the Cliff Notes version of my problem. I think you have it all sorted out. It's not as simple as all that, you know.
Oh, no, and why not?
Oh, all sorts of metaphysical reasons you wouldn't understand.
And now you're insulting my intelligence?
No, merely your education.
Rhetoric like that is befitting only to the lowest dregs of Gomorrah. I implore you to curb your tongue, or by the wings of Hermes I shall rip it from your gullet and doom you to a fate unimaginable, even to the oracle of Delphi.
Are you busy this
Good
Saturday?
Lord! Say no, dear.
See, it's not pleasant when someone's presumptuous now, is it? Well, I could say the following. A girl with a mind like that sure is going places, so what's a girl like that doing in a place like this? See, that would be dreadful of me. Or why does she complain and complain? Seems to me if she hated things so much, she'd take a stand, make a move, quit. A better life awaits. Go west, young man.
Woman.
By the way.
Perhaps I will. These plywood walls aren't the limits to my horizon.
Right, you'll see the world, brave the terror, stomp on the terror. You could lasso the moon and reach to the stars. So go, live, act, prosper!
Yes!
But first, could I trouble you for a refill? Can you see it? This is your blockade, your great wall. But if it wasn't this cup, it would be an undercooked meatloaf or a crying infant. Things aren't so simple then, are they?
Yes, they are. This evening you'll be gone. I'll be free to do as I please. Nothing will stand in my way.
It's about similar to yesterday's speech.
What did you say?
Oh, yesterday's speech. It was a tad longer, but full of the same bits. Rebirth, second chances, Phoenix rising from the ashes and whatnot.
You were here yesterday.
I certainly was.
That's ridiculous. I would remember.
Obviously not.
I don't believe you.
Yesterday was Tuesday because you always wear your culottes on Tuesday. Don't ask me why. Tomorrow is 2 days after Tuesday, so it must be Thursday, meaning today is Wednesday? I got a point. Oh yes, you wore culottes. Monday was a dreaded socks and sandals combination.
Tart?
Yes, dear.
Was Mr. Godot here yesterday?
Come to think of it, he was.
And the day before?
I believe so, miss.
Why can't I remember?
I don't know. Third base.
I'm terribly sorry. It seems I've done it to you again, but if you would just leave me be when I asked you to, perhaps things would turn out differently.
Let's say I was to believe you.
All right.
That you were here yesterday and the day before and perhaps many other times.
Yes.
And I did go off about doing things.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason I couldn't actually do them. I could quit. I could leave. I could turn tomorrow into everything I've dreamed.
Ah, but what if you fail? What if the bus station's out of tickets or your passport got thrown in the wash? Right now, everything is kinetic. With direction comes destination, an endpoint, for good or ill. Whereas if you stay here and remain sedentary, things won't get better, but they also won't get worse.
No ambition.
No disappointments.
No heartaches.
No fears.
Except for really big ones.
Like death.
And taxes.
And vampires.
And clowns.
And fear itself.
And polio and a lesbian wife.
Right.
Is this what I normally do?
What's that?
End up fizzling out? Forgetting about things right away?
No, usually get pretty dedicated by the end, but of course, next day,
Another cup of coffee.
not quite yet.
What about you, then? You have such a keen mind, such perspicacity. Why don't you learn from my example?
Oh, I told you, existential, metaphysical, potent, potable, it's very confounding. Besides, I've always been a bit recidivistic.
And why don't I learn from yours?
That, my dear, is a question for the ages.
So will you have anything then?
I think not.
Will you be going to a meeting?
I haven't decided. Perhaps. Or perhaps I'll send another boy along. See what tomorrow brings.
I think you should go. Break up the monotony. Give it a whirl.
Yes. I think I shall.
Another cup?